Hello, it's Kay. Welcome to the 11th episode of my life journey. In my past videos, I mentioned that I'm on a path to apply three major lessons into my life. First one was silence of mind. Second one was eliminating outside distractions. And the third one was purification of mind. If I want to remind you of them very briefly, I can say the first one was about the practice of sitting still and closing your eyes and focusing on breath to let go of any unnecessary thoughts inside your head so that you can reach mental clarity. Second lesson was about doing the same thing in the outside world, like letting go of anything that is wasting and taking your time and not adding anything in your life. And so that you can direct that time and energy on right things that leads to your growth. The third lesson was more about human urges and needs and dopamine and how our mind patterns control us. Over the past month, I've been pushing myself as much as possible to integrate those three lessons into my life, to reshape who I am, and to find the best version of myself with them. Every single day I've practiced silence of mind. I limited my social interactions as much as possible, and under SAR's guidance I've been controlling my sexual energy and trying to stay away from it as much as possible. In today's day and age, it's like everything is sexual, here, there, social media, everywhere. This week, we didn't have any new major lesson. Actually, it seems that we are not going to have any new major lesson for some time, but instead, some minor key lessons that I need to, let's say, add to my arsenal and collection of new mindsets and ideas for this path. So this week, he shared two new key topics with me. First one was about goals and vision, and the second one was about handling mistakes along this path, along this way. Let me break it down more. He showed me that having a clear picture or vision is crucial for staying on course when things get tough. You feel what I mean? Also, he talked about how to handle my setbacks when I inevitably mess up or, make a mistake or make a wrong decision. And yeah, I'm I want to share with you what I've learned and how I'm trying to put it all into practice. Let's get into it. When it comes to long-term goals and vision, SAR emphasized on the importance of precision. He had me revisit my milestones: 3 months, 6 months, the next year, the next 5 years, or even 10 years. Why not? So that I can break them into actionable steps. Do you feel what I mean? It's not about changing goals or, changing my visions at all. It's about making them more clearer and more measurable. Have you heard the sentence that says, you can only improve it if you measure it? This is the same thing. Let me tell you an example. Instead of vaguely only saying to yourself, I want to be self sufficient, uh, you know, I need to have some specific markers for what that means and how to reach there, how to get there, how to actually become self sufficient. Let me tell you an example that makes it more clear. As a university student, I've been, trying to come up with some new ideas of improving this current semester, or about the next coming semester, about the best courses that I can take, about the skills that I can learn in my educational life, and how I can, study more efficiently to make the most out of my time, and how I can pass my courses with better grades, things in that sense. For example, for the coming summer, I came up with some ideas on some research topics that I can be investigating, and some softwares that I can learn in my field of study. You know, uh, Even preparation for the next semester after summer. This is about the next year. Why not? These things that keep me moving forward with a purpose, that are actually possible, not something overwhelming or too much. Having this mental picture of where I want to go, and what I want to reach, gives me a sense of vision and responsibility, something to hold on to uh, when I need a reminder of why I'm doing this all, and why I have to be why I have to keep it going. For instance, just last week, there was a time that I felt totally overwhelmed by the amount of assignments and due dates that I had to deliver. And I felt totally hopeless. I told myself, yeah, I should drop this course and withdraw it. I can't do it, you know. And in that time, I took a moment to visualize my future, that long term vision that I talked about. And that actually, in some way, told me that, okay, it is what it is. It's just part of the way. And you have to, there's no time for hopelessness. You need to go through hardship, and you need to struggle, actually. And that's not actually a big deal. So try your best and continue, because you're a lot behind what you want. And that actually helped me to get back on the right track. And yeah, I did my assignments as much as I could, and I delivered them. And uh, apparently, my performance was not bad too. And that was very inspiring. That was like an application of what he told me, that I saw in my life. And also, he encouraged me to look at my progress on a monthly basis. Let me tell you a sentence of him that he told me. You need to imagine yourself as that person that you want to become every single day. It's like training your subconscious to understand where you're headed to. And that clarity will keep you on track. Based on him, this image of what and who I want to become has to be crystal clear in my head. And, you know, looking back at how far I've come, that can be a huge motivator. Handling mistakes. Sar's approach to mistakes is unlike anything I've heard in my life. He reminded me that mistakes are inevitable in a human's life, but what actually matters for us is how we deal with them after we make them. He said that when I mess up, consciously or unconsciously, it doesn't matter. I need to take some time to talk it over with myself first, to figure out where I went wrong. Then I can go to him, and he will help me in some way to figure out when and where I went wrong. And then comes the important part. He encouraged me to, you know, think about a consequence, a kind of a punishment for myself, for my subconscious mind, to learn not to repeat that mistake again and again. First, it sounded very intense, but after he explained more, its value became clear to me. Let me break it down for you with one example, one real example of my life. Just in my last week's video, I talked about the decision that I made on trips, planning trips. I want to refer to them. When I was thinking about planning or not, I had some mixed feelings from the top, from the beginning, about, going and planning some trips for the coming holidays or not. On one hand, I was thinking, yeah, if I take some trips in the coming months, that that can help me, refresh myself and my energy and give me the fuel to go consistently and stronger. On the other hand, I worried that it may pull me out of this focused mode, you know, that I've been in after, starting this self reformation journey. Anyway, in the end, I planned those trips and I thought they are right. And I discussed it with Sar. And after that, he immediately said, okay, you have to cancel those trips right now. Yeah, he reminded me that, my thoughts, any of my thoughts about planning trips or changing my plans to slow down in some shape or form, those do not align with our goals for improvements and, our commitment to this path. So I need to forget them at all. And he told me that actually he's not going to be happy to hear me asking these types of questions as his follower. Let me tell you a sentence of him. Sar said, all of our talks are about time. Go ahead and ask me questions to correct your mistakes where I don't see a factor of time. Any action that takes any action that takes your time without adding to your growth is already wrong. His sentence was actually it hit me hard. So, as a consequence assigned by SAR, I need to do something for the coming week. There's a sentence that I need to tell myself daily, morning, noontime, and at nights. I need to tell myself, we don't discuss time. Something in this sense, we are not discussing time at all. Not about time. Forget about time. I need to tell this to myself. I mean, in my head or literally, but I need to teach my subconscious mind that, okay, don't, come up with ideas and new decisions that to chill down and, things that the factor of time is in them. Yeah, it goes like this. This is all about being accountable to myself for my actions. Owning every choice, good or bad, will teach me first, and then will improve my mind, you know, by not repeating that mistake. And also, facing the consequences head on will teach me to be more thoughtful and deliberate to any decisions. And I think that's the point. That's what we want. That's what he was trying to teach me. We are trying to create someone, a mindset, creating someone who doesn't just react to things unaccounted, but one who makes decisions carefully and consciously. This week, I've learned the importance of having long term vision and precise goals, as well as how to handle mistakes properly. Moving forward, I'll focus on refining my milestones and, focusing on being more conscious about my actions so that they align with my long term growth. I'll also work on maintaining clarity for my decisions and using the consequence that SAR assigned me to do. I'll try to, you know, keep myself more accountable. It's a very challenging journey and path, but as I'm feeling that it's benefiting me day by day and week by week, I'm ready to take it step by step. So, with that being said, thank you for being here and following this. I'll let you know about the coming conversations, and until then, take care. Goodbye.